Hey, this is Kirk Hilliard.
And this is Rusty Bird. It's the Kirk and Byrd Show. We've got two of the finest QBs in the state of Virginia. And we're proud that they're from Prince William County. We've got with us today, we've got Freedom's defending Class 6 state champion and Max Prep's Virginia Player of the Year. He was all district, region, and state. We are welcoming Tristan Evans-Trujillo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. And then we've got Brentsville's very own Caleb Alexander. Caleb was the district and regional player of the year in Class 3 region, and he led Brentsville for 2 years in a row to the state semifinals against Phoebus. He's been a tremendous player. I was blessed to interview him quickly after a game last year. So we've got two of, if not definitely the top two quarterbacks in Prince William County, maybe the state, and probably actually even the whole DMV. So welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, yeah. And of course, we've got with us Jay Gholson, the godfather of Prince William County sports and the guy that runs the real Prince William County sports Facebook page. And he sponsors our Player of the Week, the Remax Jay Gholson Player of the Week, which I believe, Tristan, you have one of those honors, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Caleb, Jay Gholson is the voice of Freedom, and that's why about 6 players from Freedom have gotten Player of the Week. Sorry, Caleb. you it's just hard to get a Player of the Week. You've earned it, but he's got to give a Freedom player too. I mean,
he's the Remax Jay Gholson Player of the Week. You can call Jay for all your real estate needs. There you go.
All right. Hey, Caleb, tell him you're gonna save your Player of the Week for the playoffs.
Oh yeah, we'll get it when we get to them weeks.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Kirk, why don't you tell folks where they can find us?
Yes. Please take a quick second, subscribe to us on YouTube, Twitter. We'd like for you to follow us at the Kirk and Byrd. For the older folks, 703-540-NOVA High School Sports Forum on Facebook. We're building that up, trying to get more content out. We are doing a weekly Northern Virginia top 10 high school. We're doing it football. We'll also do it in basketball.
All right. Sounds good. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, again, thank you for joining the show, but you all have been tremendous quarterbacks, but not just on the field. From everything I've heard and from your coaches, from people like Jay, what I've seen in on social media, but also inside Nova, you guys are also getting it done off the field. You appear to definitely be leaders on the field, but off the field and in the classroom. And I just want to tell you right up front, that is something that I greatly appreciate. You guys proudly represent Prince William County.
Hey, Tristan.
Yes, sir.
Tell the audience out here, what is your GPA?
4.2.
Okay.
Caleb's close to that. I did my homework.
Uh-oh. Caleb, what's your GPA, Caleb?
Right now, 3.9.
Whoa.
I read it was a 3.98, which is very close to 4. So
good job, guys.
Yeah, Caleb was slacking in that PE class. You got a B. Yeah. My mom was a PE teacher for 30 years. My mom and dad were PE teachers for 30 years. And, we always got A's in PE, but I think one of my kids got a B, and my mom was so mad. She was like, how you going to not get an A in physical education?
She used to always get mad. She said one time.
Well, you're not athletic, but my mom would say most people would not would get it because they didn't dress out, and she used to burn her up. She said, all you gotta do is dress out, you get an A. Anyway, I know, Caleb, you'll work on that physical education grade. All right, get that up. All right, so look, let's start back and talk a little bit about the last year or two. Last year was tremendous, but let's talk a little bit about that. Caleb, how many years have you been a starter in the program?
I started my 10th grade and 11th grade year, and this is my 3rd year.
So the 3rd year starting.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And then Tristan, I know Davis Bryson was the starter your sophomore year, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Freshman. Oh yeah.
Oh, he got hurt. Right. But he was the starter his junior and senior year, which were your freshman and sophomore. But you did get playing time as a freshman, right?
Yes, sir, because he got injured.
He got injured. Yep. Yeah. Dave's good friend of the family. I coached him in track, but I also coached against him in youth football. And just a great family and a really, really great young man and quarterback. He used to kill us in youth football. Gosh. All right. But all right. But let's talk about last year. Tristan, I'll let Jay say some of the great things that you did as a player, but also, Jay, why don't you talk about, and then Tristan, you add on some of the things that they accomplished as a team, because they didn't just win the state championship at 15-0. They broke a lot of records along the way, especially on the offensive side of the ball where Tristan was the leader.
Yeah, Tristan, I mean, like I said, you had 4 good receivers. I mean, you had EJ, you had Aaron Duncan, Juju Preston, and Jeff Overton. I mean, how did you handle, one football, all that talent?
Well, we also had Cameron Courtney.
Oh yeah, Cam.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Cam.
Yeah.
Cam, I'm sorry.
Hoosier.
But so it was just amazing because like each guy brings different skill sets to the table, and like they're just great players, great persons all around. So it was a great experience, and the ability to do it again this year is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Now, true story though, this is funny. When you were a freshman, and Bryson got hurt, the place was quiet, and
Yes,
I
sir.
yelled out, "Quarterback for Freedom High School, Tristan Evans." You know who claps? Your mom.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes, sir. She's
you're
always
like
been my number one
biggest fan.
supporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, were you nervous? Were you nervous going out there with all those seniors and you're a freshman? How did that feel being a freshman with Amari Hatcher and everybody else?
And that was the COVID year, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
Everything's already a little awkward that year.
yeah. So yeah, I was definitely nervous at first, but then I just remember what Coach O taught me and like reading my keys and everything. So yeah, it was just I was nervous, but
Now, do you remember also the next year you played at Stonebridge? I
Yes, sir.
think Wrestling got hurt a little bit. You walked in the game, did a little drive. Did you score a touchdown, or was it close to a touchdown when you were in for that one series against Stonebridge?
we scored on that one.
Yeah, okay, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were ready last year then to go. You were ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And Caleb, for you, how was it with Nico Lloyd and your receivers core? How's that going for you, Caleb?
Oh, it's great having them. Guys that I've worked with all summer, from Trent to Tyler to Langston, and then bringing in freshmen that's just been working for me. So it's just nice, and we can finally open the ball up a little bit and spread the love.
Now, when you were a sophomore, did you start in the beginning, or you came in later on in the season?
I started from the jump, yes, sir.
As a sophomore?
Yes, sir.
Wow, good for you. Now, playing Phoebus, I'm just curious now, how, what's that?
Just so you know, well, hold on. Kirk is a graduate of Phoebus High School, okay? And he was rooting against you, Caleb. Just so you know, I just want you to know.
You individually, Caleb. I didn't know who you were. I didn't want you to win.
So going against Phoebus, I know you weren't scared, but I mean, were you like, was it like really good, great talent against seeing them play, or did you just made mental mistakes? What happened in the Phoebus game?
I mean, we go into the game and we watch film all week, and we know what we have to do to win, and we know we have to execute. And I think that's our biggest thing that first year. Just we didn't execute to the level they was, and you shoot yourself in the foot that they come in and finish you off. So that's probably the big thing is we didn't execute perfectly that game. They just came and took over, and a team like that isn't going to make mistakes. And when they don't make mistakes, there's nothing you can really do.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to ask you real quick, and this is for both guys, actually, and this is something I want Tristan to touch on too, about their journey to the state championship. But there's this big thing with the 757, and quite frankly, that's not what it used to be. There's great football up here, Richmond, Southwest Virginia. But for all the people that talk, and we're going to talk about how Freedom proved a point last year by going all the way and not really being challenged. But did you see a difference in them, though, being a tough, very, very good 7'5", team, whether it be size, how hard they hit, or the level of athleticism? What did you see there, Caleb, if you saw any difference?
I'd say that the difference was they definitely came with a little more dog to them and a little more spirit to them. Like, playing up north, we respect all the teams we play, but once we go down south, that's what we're looking to play in the 7-5-7 because we want to compete with those teams. And if those teams are going to bring that dog and they bring that different energy, it just really raises your level of play. So, but yeah, I'd say that they definitely brought something different, but we definitely want it again.
You see that dog behind you? Like I played for Bethel.
Oh yes,
okay. Number 14. That's what you see right there. That's that 7'5" dog. So that's just a little bit. Let's just let you know. That's what you see back there, son.
Yeah, but you can't forget them Nova dogs either.
Oh no! Hey, look, y'all got ballers up here. Look, I am very, very, very proud to be where I'm from. To play football in the Peninsula District in the '80s, you had to be a baller. You had to be a baller. But I've been up here for over 20 years, and specifically in Prince William County, and I've coached in this county. I've followed, teams, and you all definitely have some ballers. So no doubt, y'all, Prince William can play with anybody.
Prince William, if you think about Percy Harvin was the last unbelievable player to come out of the 7-5-7, but if you look at Prince William County in the top level, top heavy guys, incredible guys, Ahmad Brooks, Deshaun Hand, and a lot of guys going all over the place, that they're right there with the 7-5-7, if not better, with the recruits and the quality of play. But Caleb, now you've got Kettle Run that came down. They're in your region, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then the winner of that region will go down, because the brackets are the same, to the 7-5-7, I believe.
I don't know if it will be the 7-5-7 or Richmond or home court or home field advantage. So it really just depends on how PowerPoints play out.
Sounds like you're assuming Phoebus will have more victories.
Sir?
Phoebus is in 4. No, the point I'm making is that's a good point, Caleb. Good correction. They're probably going to come up here and play the winner of you guys in Kettle Run. And I'm just thinking, I know you guys have thought about the fact that Phoebus is no longer there. And I would just really, you've got the opportunity to bring a state championship to Nokesville, and that's got to be exciting.
Yes, sir. It really is. We wish we could get the past 2 years playing a great team like that, but sometimes people just show you gotta do it a different way. And I say respect to them for showing us we gotta do something different. So definitely gotta bring it back home now.
I have a question for Tristan. Tell us how tough, Tristan, was DeMatha compared to other schools you played that are public schools.
I mean, DeMatha is a well-respected opponent. I mean, they have great athletes and everything. But when we played them, we just thought that as a regular another team, nothing they have great players and all that, but nothing's special basically.
Yeah, y'all do too. Y'all have great players too.
I think that's the mentality of the program of Coach Overton, though. He prepares y'all because there's lots of teams that are very good that would be intimidated by DeMatha.
Yes, sir.
I know you guys are not going to brag, but I do just want to ask you some questions so that you can brag. I can get you to brag. So I just want to hear this. Tristan, I know you broke a lot of records. What were some of the records you broke last year? Some of the key ones. How many yards did you have, and how many passing touchdowns?
So I broke the state record for most passing touchdowns in a single season with 61.
Ooh,
I had
that beat Ronald Curry, right?
Whose record? Yeah, exactly. Whose record?
Ronald Curry.
Yeah.
It was Ronald Curry.
Was it Curry? Okay,
yeah.
Makes sense.
I had 72 total, and he had 75 total, so I didn't get that one of his yet. But
yeah.
But let me ask you this. So I know, your extra ones were from running, but do you know if Ronald Curry's any of his extra ones were from defense? Because he played safety too.
He had some returns. He had special teams.
And he had some returns. So I wonder if anybody does the research, did you beat him on clearly offensive touchdowns? So
I would have to check into that.
Yeah,
I
why
don't know
don't we
that for
put
sure.
Jay on that? Jay can look it up. Yeah,
Okay.
he always wants me to say he's the voice of freedom. Well, voice, look it up. All right, cool. All right, and then how many passing yards?
3,653, I think.
Good stuff.
Where
Good
was
stuff.
that in the record book? Because there's some teams that throw all the time.
I think that was the third or fourth highest yards because the one is out of Chesapeake. The record is 5,000.
Sims,
Yeah, I
Philip
think
Sims.
Could have been Aaron
Fear Sims, and
Sparrow,
Oscar
too.
Smith.
Probably
Yeah,
Philip Sims.
yeah. Okay.
with 5,000 some 200
He has
something.
some
Yeah.
unbelievable running backs, though, man.
Yeah, he went to Alabama initially out of college. He's the head coach at Princess Anne now.
Yeah.
Yep. So Caleb, I want to kind of help you brag, even though I know you're not trying to brag. But how many yards attributed to you last season?
Yeah, last year I had 1,700 passing and like 21 passing touchdowns, and then 830 rushing, and probably
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Yes, sir. So
yeah, that's what I was going to get to, is that you also had almost 1,000 yards rushing.
yes,
And just a major weapon out there. So last year you guys was extremely successful. Tristan, the season ended perfectly for you guys. I know that was your ultimate goal. Caleb, but I know you guys had into your season, losing to Phoebus twice. But tell us about after your seasons, from after that mid-December last game to this start of this season. What was your off season like? What was some of your preparation? What were some of your thoughts?
The week after, you're kind of down on yourself and you're like, dang, we lost. But after that, it was just work. From the second we lost, it was just work in the weight room, in the classroom, but especially on the field, getting those dudes out there summer mornings, sometimes at 5 a.m., sometimes just going out there, just in the heat, just going to work. Because if there's one thing we got to do, is we got to work to win that game. So
Yep. You guys participate in 7-on-7 in the off season?
Yes, sir.
Or feel like that's a benefit to you?
Yeah, I think it is, especially for quarterbacks, because it allows us to work on our connections with our receivers and get the timing down. So when we translate to the end season, the timing's there, and we know how they're going to run their routes and everything.
Okay. Interesting. How was your off season? Because you guys ended on a high note, but did you feel like, I know we're good, or no, we can do this again? What was your off season like?
Like we were happy that we won, but we knew there was a lot of stuff we can do better. So, and especially since everybody's going to be coming for us now, since we won the state championship last year, and everybody wants to beat Freedom, so we have to maintain our respect basically. And so yeah, we just hit the weight room hard and like just worked on our connections, worked on the little details, because that's what matters, is the little details to make the big plays.
I have a question.
Absolutely.
Question. Being that you're top dog, how do you handle trash talking?
I mean, it doesn't bother me much. I mean, I just let it go in through one ear and out the other, because you can do all the trash talking you want, but what matters is in between the lines.
Okay.
Yep.
That's where I do my talking.
And Caleb, what about you? How do you handle a DB like me in your face telling you, I'm shutting you down? Caleb, how do you handle that?
Well, first of all, that would be an easy one. You just throw it up, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. And you don't have to say anything. Could you imagine Jay playing defensive back right now? Not 30 years ago.
I got
right
film.
now.
we're checking that route right at him.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Go ahead, Caleb.
Yeah, trash talk really is another, like when I play half the time, all I can do is just hear myself thinking the defense, and people say they've been talking trash to me the whole game, and I'll just be like, I didn't even hear them. So kind of just like Tristan said, in one ear and out the other, and just only trash talking is in the end zone on the scoreboard. So
No doubt.
I want to ask you guys, do either your parents or you individually have rules around social media as far as all that stuff goes? It's exposure, not just for football though, overall. Tristan.
I don't do much like trash talking on social media, because I feel like my play speaks for itself. So I don't feel like I need to do trash talking.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the overall use of social media, not only you using it, but how much you're exposed to it. Because some parents have rules around it, how much you can go or how much you can put on there. Anything like that, Tristan?
Uh, I, my parents don't have any restrictions. Like they trust me. They know, like they raised me to be a respectful kid. So they don't have any rules for me on that.
Okay.
Caleb?
Yeah, so my dad's a pastor and my mom's a deaconess in the church. So it's
Woo!
really just a bit about, just being like faithful and knowing like if you do stuff, God's watching it. So if you're gonna do something idiotic, then it's kind of like just breaking their trust, and that's really between you and the big man. So not really anything strict, but if they see you doing something stupid, of course you're not gonna get your phone the next week. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few years ago, my pastor said, whatever you put on the internet, you better be able to put it on this screen on Sunday. And that's changed a lot of what I do on social media. So that's great.
yes, sir, for
Caleb,
sure.
Caleb, I'm gonna go ahead and mute this part right now. I know you got a burner account, bro. Come on. Look, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you, you got some accounts out there, bro. Keep it real with us. This. Look, man. We won't show your parents this part.
Son of a
all right?
preacher man.
Look, my son, his mom is we're both Christians. We're very active in the church, have line leadership. His mom is the leader of Prince William County's Bible Study Fellowship, big time Christians and all that. But look, I know that boy had some type of extra accounts that we just did not know. I love the way you guys do lead because I watch your games and appreciate your style and whatever your faith or whatever your family has taught you, it is definitely showing in the way you carry yourselves.
I have a question. Now I know both of y'all's fathers very well, and both of them are very proud of you guys. So Caleb, you first. Tell me about your dad. Is he your toughest critic? How does your father and football go hand in hand?
Yeah, you know how fathers are. Like sometimes they'll be your biggest fan, and then sometimes they gotta bring you back down to earth. So it's like it's a little bit of both, I'd say, because the old man is just gonna, he can't let you get too high or too low. So I'd say it's a nice balance.
That's good. And you, Tristan?
I mean, my dad's was in the Air Force for 29 years, so like
Woo!
he's pretty strict on me, like
Structured, yeah.
hard on me and everything. But that's just he does that because he knows I can take it, and like he's making me a better man by doing that.
Yeah.
Well, again,
That
Good
Air
stuff.
Force. Are y'all both originally?
very proud of you two. Okay, know that.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask you, are y'all both originally from Northern Virginia? Did you grow up here? Were you born here, Tristan?
I was actually born in Colorado Springs.
Big Air Force town. Yeah.
Yep.
When did you come here?
I moved here when I was 2, I think.
Okay, so pretty much.
Yeah, I was raised here, but born in Colorado.
Caleb, are you organic to here? Were you born here?
No, sir. My dad was actually in the military too, so I was born in Mississippi, and then when I was around 3, I moved to Kentucky. I moved to Kansas, Georgia, and then I was probably here when I was like 6 or 7 years
Got to
old.
be Army with those states, right?
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did your fathers play football or other sports?
Yes, sir. My dad played football in high school back in Mississippi, and he says he was gonna be really good, but you know how pops be. So, but he had a foot injury, so he had a foot injury his
Okay.
senior year, so he didn't able to finish it out.
Okay. And what about you, Tristan? Did your father play?
My dad did wrestling. He was a wrestler
Okay.
out in Wyoming, and he went to college for wrestling at
All right.
Kent State. So
Oh wow. Growing up, did you all play football at a very young age, or did you play other sports? And then if you did, what were some of the things you did? What sports or activities? Because maybe you didn't just do sports. What else did you do growing up?
So at the age of 4, I started playing football, and then as time went on, I started playing football and soccer to because just to keep me active since I was young.
Mhm.
But then by the time I was 8, football became my main sport.
Always a quarterback or a different position when you were younger? Were you always a
When
quarterback?
I was younger, I used to play running back and
Okay.
corner,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
they moved me to quarterback at the age of 5 because I was the only one to remember the plays. So
There you go.
All right. What about you, Caleb?
Yeah, I started playing football. I started playing flag football when I was like probably when I was 6 or 7 when I first got here, and then I played tackle for my dad for a while, and then I started playing a little bit of basketball. For a while, I was like, I played basketball for a straight year with no football, and I just missed it, so I had to come back. And other than that, that's been all I've really been doing.
Who did you play football for?
I played for the Manassas Sharks.
The Sharks. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
And Tristan, did you play for PME?
yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so you did touch on it, but I would say, did your fathers ever coach you in sports, in youth sports?
Yes, sir. My dad coached me the first couple of years I played.
Caleb, you play hoops, don't you? Don't you play basketball?
yeah.
Yes, sir. A little bit defense.
So that was going to be my next question. Or in addition to football in high school, do you play other sports?
Yes, sir. I played basketball last year and debating on playing it this year. So, and then I also ran track my sophomore year.
What is your 40 time, Caleb?
I think the fastest I've been clocked at is like a high 4.6.
Okay. And Tristan?
I was clocked at 4.53.
All right. Wow.
Good stuff. Good
I was going
stuff.
4-3 in
All
high
right.
school. That's how I remember.
I want to touch on it real quick because I was that dad that coached all 3 of my kids. How did that work out? like was because I know I probably was at times a little tough. I coached. Now I didn't know anything about soccer, but all my kids played soccer, and I coached them when they were like 5 and 6 and 7 in soccer. Then my daughter made travel soccer, but in flag football, I coached my kids, and then I even coached my son 7-on-7, even in high school for Kogan, 7-on-7 for a bit. But tell me, how did it go being coached by your dad?
It was a great experience. I mean, he was definitely hard on me. I remember one practice. I was little too. I fumbled the snap, and he made me run the rest of practice, and I ended up throwing up. But it was a great experience because I like how he was tough on me because of everything. So yeah.
Okay, Caleb.
So yeah, I started playing out with my dad. It was a fun experience, but I'd say our biggest problem was winning football games because not everyone's like Bill Belichick out there, and I'd say probably like mid-season, my second year, my dad had to switch the defensive coordinator just because me and him couldn't get along with the plays. So but then we started winning a couple games after that.
Yeah. I can totally relate. I coached my son at APYFL. He I could just see him rolling his eyes every time I got on him. I could feel it, But now, he's definitely told me that he's appreciated. He's playing college football now, and it all seemed to have worked out. All right. So this season, I know your ultimate goal would be to win the state championship, but can you guys tell me, how would you define success for this 2023 season?
I would define success for Freedom by probably executing a lot better than last year. I mean, of course, yeah, we won the state championship, but there was a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of points we left out there. A lot. So we're trying to focus on that and the little things. And
how about you, Caleb? How would you define success? Because let me just check. Your last 2 seasons have been the most successful football seasons in Brentsville history, right?
Yes, sir.
And that school is over 50 years old. And so you have been like a part of history. So the success you've had has been tremendous. Although you felt a little, you wanted to make at least one more game, but you've had tremendous seasons. And I'm sure if I'd asked you to define success at the beginning of your 10th grade year, you would have probably taken how you guys finished. But how would you define success for Brentsville football and for Caleb Alexander this year?
Yeah, so starting off with Brentsville football, success outside of winning state championship is Probably just knowing that each and every one of my teammates is going to go off after football and be able to do something productive with their life, and no one's just going to sit around. And probably success for me is helping my teammates reach their goals and then reaching my goals too.
Excellent. Excellent.
Actually, Brentsville is about 80 years old.
Yeah, I think it's
Really? Wow.
working on 100 soon.
Yeah, maybe 100 years old.
Really? Wow. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Is it 100 for a school named Brentsville or that building? Because that building, I think, was built in the 60s, right?
Yeah,
they had another building before that, but
Yes,
overall,
sir.
Brentsville. Okay.
Yes, sir. The building down the street, I believe, is the old Brentsville.
It's the old one, right? Okay. All right. So, Kirk, do you have anything else related to last year or this year, or you want to go ahead on and transition?
Well, I think we should spend some time getting to know these guys on their level, how long ago was that for us? 40?
For me, it was just like 10 years ago. I was in high
40,
school.
coming on 40 years ago. So we're getting old, but this is where we try to get in y'all's world, learn more about you. So kind of some pop culture stuff, and not always fixated on football and sports like we love. But either of you binge watch like a series or some content?
Netflix or
I started ER, which is 30-some years old. But Tristan, if you have a go-to, all right, if you're going to get snowed in, and up here, if it snows 3 inches, we're
or you're going to get a pandemic and you're going to be in the house for 2 years. What are you going to
go-to? What's your go-to binge?
I like watching history stuff, especially war stuff. So I just finished Band of Brothers. That was really good.
Oh, I watched that during COVID. Yeah,
I've seen every episode 5 times.
Yeah,
that's an awesome show. What about you, Caleb?
I don't know if you guys know it. I'm kind of a nerd. I watch a little bit of anime. This show called One Piece. Pretty cool.
Don't know
okay.
That. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah, my son is into that. Now, I didn't really binge or watch a lot of stuff until COVID, and I was like Tiger King, Ozark, and I love like all of the CIA or spy stuff. So any of that, I'm good.
Caleb, you have a favorite movie overall, like one that stands out? I don't know if I had one at your age.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can't really think of a favorite movie. Yeah.
How about a sports movie?
Favorite sports movie? Probably The Waterboy. Probably the most memorable one, really.
Okay.
No one can forget that one.
What was his name? Bobby something? How about you, Tristan?
Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, Bobby Boucher. Mine's either Remember the Titans or Facing the Giants.
All right. Remember the Titans.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it 25 times.
Kirk, you said you don't remember. Jay, do you remember what might have, at that age, 17, 18, what might have been your favorite movie to that point?
Yeah, actually, I know what it was. It was Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, yeah. Kirk, so I'm gonna name a couple. You tell me if these were if I would have asked you back then. Would you have said Grease? Would you have said
Grease.
I love Grease?
By the way, Travolta made Saturday Night Fever and Grease back to back. So
I know.
Yeah, I like Grease. Grease was great.
Grease was really good. At our age, that was. And then what about the Star Wars? Those three.
I'm not a sci-fi guy. I'd never have gone crazy about that. It's just I've never watched Lord of the Rings. What's the other one? If it ain't real or if it's not based on reality, I don't like it. I never got Star Wars, but I would say this: have you guys seen Grease?
Yeah.
You like it?
What? Okay.
Yeah.
You ever seen it, Caleb? Tristan, is it a good movie?
Yeah, I like it.
It's a great movie. It's timeless. Yeah, it's timeless. No, Rusty, I don't think it's 17. Hoosiers came out when we were 17.
That was exactly what I was going to say.
But that wasn't my favorite movie yet. So my Raiders of the Lost Ark was high school, and but with time, nostalgia plays a big role in it. These guys Caleb's gonna look back and be, man, my favorite movie is this. And it's probably one you've seen or you're gonna see, in the next year or two.
Yeah, that's what I was actually leading all this up to say is Hoosiers was sports, but I also was a big fan of the Bad News Bears because when I was in youth baseball, I played for a team called the Bears, and we were horrible my fifth grade year. My fourth grade, my fifth grade year, we won the championship. Like, we turned it around. But let me ask you,
for me, though, it was Rudy, because it reminded me of you, Rusty.
When did Rudy come out? That was later, man.
We were
Rudy was later.
I'm
right
joking.
after college,
I'm joking.
right after we graduate, or when we were in college. Okay. Do you guys still ever go to the movies, or do you pretty much just watch stuff on your phone and at home?
Oh yes, sir. Mainly just.
And if so, what was the last movie you saw in the theaters?
Last movie I think I saw was Endgame. No, not Endgame. Infinity War, one of the Marvel movies.
How long ago
Okay.
was that, Caleb?
I think that was like right around COVID or
Okay.
Yeah, that's been a while. That's been a
Yeah.
while. Okay.
Tristan, my oldest daughter, she can have an 80-inch television in front of her. She's going to watch a movie on her laptop.
Yeah, so now, like before, I used to go to the movies a lot, but now since it's like so expensive, I just wait for it to come out on like
Mm.
Amazon or Netflix or one of the Paramount. But the last movie I went to was Top Gun.
Oh, that was
Oh,
really
the
good.
second one?
That's really
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
The second
yeah.
one
That
might
was
be
great.
better than the first one.
To me, that movie. So with COVID, we just didn't go to movies for a while. We couldn't go, but then when they started to let people go back, it was very sparse. But that movie, Top Gun, was the movie that brought people back into the theaters. But I got to be honest, man, it's so much quality entertainment in terms of movies on Netflix and Prime and Apple. You don't have to go to the theater.
Tristan, I want to ask y'all, have y'all been to a pretty good big concert yet? Because that's another thing, Rusty. I remember all the shows that I went to. Tristan, have you been to see somebody notable?
I never been to a concert.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Wow.
All right.
Well,
What about you,
think
Caleb?
about this, Kirk.
You just saw Beyonce, didn't you?
They can watch everything on YouTube now. Like
No,
for
there's no
us,
way.
that
Caleb,
was
have you
the
been to a
only way to
concert?
see some of this stuff.
Oh no, sir. I've never been to a concert. I was planning on going to the one with Lucky and Trippie Redd, but it just got canceled. So
Caleb, what? I thought I sent you tickets to Taylor Swift. What? You didn't go?
I think I did this to my mom a while ago.
Yeah. Hey, no, if I give you those tickets, bro, you should sell them because you could be paid.
Yeah.
You could be
Especially
paid.
with Taylor Swift now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt.
But what's been y'all's favorite pro or college? Not the recruiting part, but have you been to a great venue like Rusty? The O's start on Saturday. I would love to be there. Would have probably cost a mortgage. But Caleb, have you been to like a great stadium or a great college or anything like that as far as the game?
I think the best game I went to was back in 5th grade when I went to the Eagles Commanders game with my friend. And that was
Sweet.
Was it here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it was the Eagles were winning right as we were leaving because some lady was yelling at us in the back, but
Yeah. How about you, Tristan?
Mine was with my best friend from elementary school last year. We went to the Penn State Ohio State game in Happy Valley.
Whiteout? Was it a
Yep.
whiteout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I would love to go to that.
What about you, Jay? What's been the most exciting atmosphere game you've ever been to? It doesn't have to be professional. It could be college or high school.
I would say for me was the Redskins Cowboys championship game in '82. At that time, DC shut down when the Redskins played.
Mhm.
There was no traffic, no stores were closed, and that was a huge. I was in the 8th grade, and I remember that was an atmosphere that was to this day I remember what was going on. We were like, we want Dallas. We want Dallas.
Yeah. Oh man.
Whoa, what's going on here? I was a Cowboys fan. Yeah, I was a Cowboys fan.
Wow. What about you, Kirk? Kirk, I can say one that I think you should say, but go ahead.
If you went to Virginia Tech, you're in the Hokie cult. It's just a thing. I think the most electric place I've ever been is a night game at Lane Stadium, but in a big game. And if you know anything about Virginia Tech, we are horrible in big games at night. We're like 10% or 5%. West Virginia on a Thursday night in like 02, Vic's second year, Andre Davis had 3 touchdowns, reverse, return, and receiving. and there was a punt return where Wayne Ward had the most amazing blindside block I've ever seen. The stadium went crazy.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then I saw the Braves play in the World Series in '95. And then I will tell you, man, Maryland, Oak Hole Fieldhouse. I saw them beat #1 North Carolina the year after North Carolina won it. That place rocks. And Jay, when we got here in '91, the hottest ticket in DC was not the Redskins. That was hot. It was Maryland basketball. So
actually, the '84 game I went to was Lynn Bias versus Michael Jordan.
Oh,
my
birthday.
That was
that. Yeah. I was gonna say one I thought you might have said, and if you guys have never had a chance to go to Virginia Tech in '90, when UVA was ranked #1 in the country,
that game, man.
Came to Lane Stadium. My brother was one of the captains and was a middle linebacker, but they came out wearing one uniform and cleats, and then they came, working out, preparing before the game. Then when they came back out, they had switched the uniforms and had black cleats. It was
no one wore black cleats back then. Everybody wore white.
Everybody was wearing all white, and then they upset UVA, their arch rival, #1 team in the country.
That's fine. I'm just peeking into somebody's soul. Is their taste in music, movies? This is what you talk about. So cuisine. We'll start with this. This is a fun one. Tristan, best fast food fries.
I like Five Guys. Five Guys.
That's a good one.
Asian
They're
fries.
headquartered in Lorton, by the way. Okay. Caleb.
I gotta go with Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
There you go, Rusty. All right.
Good stuff. Yeah. Y'all guys are. I'm gonna tell you the worst. McDonald's. And Kirk says they're not
I'm
that
actually
good.
changing my tune on that. They're not the best, but
they're not the best. I mean, when we only had 3 options for fries, they were the best. Because back then all we had was McDonald's, Burger King, and maybe Hardee's. I don't know. Hardee's.
Caleb, if it's a weekend night and it's 11 o'clock and you're really hungry and the only places open are the fast food places, which one are you going to?
I'm going to Wawa and I'm getting a quesadilla from there.
Wow. Okay. He's a sophisticated. Tristan, something more mainstream, I hope.
I'll probably go to Wawa too and get the mashed potatoes and hoagie.
Okay, you can't get Wawa if you go away from here. If you're in St. Louis or Texas,
no. If you go anywhere in Pennsylvania,
that's where it started. It's down here though. They've made some that are like grocery stores. There's one in Vienna that's like a grocery store, but all right.
I do have one. We have 1 or 2 more questions, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Caleb, you talked about the Marvel universe. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Now, you could have either say, I'd like this superpower, or I would be this superhero.
I definitely want the power to read minds.
Ooh. I think, Jay, you like that one, right?
Yeah.
Or no, is that Kirk?
That was me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. What am I thinking right now, Caleb?
You're thinking that you're going to ask Tristan another question.
Close, but no, I was thinking of the 3 quarterbacks on this panel, I'm the best one. But go ahead. All right. Okay. Tristan, that's really what I was thinking. Left-handed option quarterback. Tristan.
Mine would probably be intelligence, the power of intelligence.
Have you seen our show?
I already have
before?
that. It's not that great, man. It's okay. Really
Tristan, have you seen our show before? And I asked
me and Jay both
that
got
is
the
my
looks and the
answer.
intelligence, man.
That is my answer. You can't. No, I'm proud of you, Tristan. That is a wonderful. You guys, you don't know if you ever have or how much you've watched the show, but you got Jay's answer, and that was my answer, Tristan. So you guys are all right. You're on the ball. The Caleb, that means you might, since you answered that, you'll probably be the Jay Gholson Remax Player of the Week this week.
So let's hope I can win in.
Caleb could throw for 50 yards and 4 interceptions. Player of the Week.
Why don't you pick out a Mount Rushmore? I love that one. Top 4.
Okay.
We want to NFL or athletes?
No, we'll do this one. Your Mount Rushmore of your top 4 athletes of all time. It can be any sport. It can be any level. It could be high school, college, pro. It could be soccer, football, basketball. To help you all out, Kirk, why don't you give your 4?
I got to think. Let's let Caleb go. He's thinking too. I can tell the wheels are running.
Jay, if they don't have it, if you have one, just go ahead. But if not, Jay, you can go.
Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, Michael Jordan, and Tiger Woods.
Oh, good. What about you, Tristan?
Tom Brady, just because of like how much success he had for winning. Michael Jordan for basketball. Michael. I mean, he did have
Magic Johnson. But go ahead.
But Michael Jordan had two three-peats though.
Right. So okay.
Michael Phillips for swimming, and then
beast,
and then Jack Nicholson.
Got it.
Excellent.
Okay. So that's how y'all think.
Caleb,
you got one yet?
I think I got Michael Jordan. Then I gotta go. I believe Larry Smith for the Cowboys, just a freak athlete.
Yeah.
And then the GOAT Tom Brady, and then Caleb Williams at USC. That dude's a beast.
He's a guy too.
Oh yeah. Kirk, if not, I can go.
Yeah, I'll do one. So athletes, it's funny because are we talking athletic ability? Because Tom Brady ain't there. Wayne Gretzky's not there.
But it doesn't have to be the ability, but he's
right. I understand. I always kind of put it how I think. I would say Michael Jordan's a freak, man. There's not an athlete like him now. And I understand what he did back then would not be as spectacular now because all these kids are just unbelievable. They jump. So I put Michael Jordan there. As far as football goes, I like your Barry Sanders. Emmitt Smith's a great player, but I don't think he's a great athlete. I tend to like Jerry Rice. I think he's unbelievable. And then I think that I like the Michael Phelps. I'd have to go with, I know it's popular right now, but I'd probably say this anyway. Something like a Deion Sanders or a Bo Jackson. I saw Deion play baseball before, man. I saw him play football at Lane Stadium. But, man, you should see what he could do on a field. I mean, not only hitting, but he was a great fielder. So I would go with one of those guys. And then, the other for spectacular, I'd probably go with I'd probably have to go with one of the track and field guys, like a Carl Lewis or one of those people, or Usain Bolt. People don't realize how fast that guy is. So, yeah, that's it.
All right. Yeah. So,
one last question. I like to stir the pot. So, Caleb,
I want to give let me give my Mount Rushmore.
Caleb, one question, Caleb.
Okay.
Freedom at Brentsville. What happens?
Where's it at? Can you see that?
I like that.
I thought he was going to say Freedom would kill him, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's softballs, Jay.
Come
on, man.
Okay, yeah. So my Mount Rushmore, but LeBron, without a doubt, because my favorite player growing up, and I think could be argued as the greatest, one of, if not the greatest basketball players, is Magic Johnson. But I think he set the mold for LeBron in what he's done. But LeBron, I think it's much more difficult if you look at the athletes he was playing against. If you look at the teams he's been on, not quite as high quality that he's led. And then Walter Payton, who's my favorite football player of all time. He just, the way he ran and carried the ball. And then Jackie Robinson, great player, but what he went through. And then my last one is Mia Hamm. She's from Northern Virginia. She went to Lake Braddock with my wife, but really, I think was one of the key kickstarters of youth girls in soccer, really loving it with the impact she had at Lake Braddock, UNC, and then on the World Cup teams. So that's it for me. look, I really appreciate you all being on this show. You guys have really blessed us. I hope you had fun. I know this has been great. I'm getting to know a little bit more about you all and what is interesting to you, but I know our fans are going to definitely enjoy this. I'll give you guys a chance as we close out. Tristan, anything you want to say? Anybody you want to say hello to or give props or shout out?
I just want to say thank you guys for your time and inviting me on the show. I want to give thanks to God since He's been a part of my life, a big factor in it. I want to say hi to my mom and dad and like my family, and my girlfriend, so yeah.
Good
All right,
stuff.
Tristan, you got to tell us your parents' name, and you don't have to tell us your girlfriend's name.
Don't say the girlfriend's name because it could be a few girls out there that think they're your girlfriend.
So, Terry is my dad. Lisa is my mom, and then Danielle is my girlfriend. So yeah.
Oh, all right.
That may not age well.
I hope you don't get a tattoo because your girlfriend might end up being Sherry or Melissa, or your wife. But
I'm just playing.
Caleb.
First off, thanks to God, the big man, and then thanks to my mom, my dad, Tom and Alicia. I know my grandma and my aunts are watching, so hey Granny, hey Nino, and then shout out Coach White, big man. So Coach.
Yeah, we've had both of your coaches on the show. Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Jay. Any closing remarks?
Just win, Tristan. Just win, baby. Just win.
Yeah.
Yes,
And like we said at the beginning of the show, this is kind of like we just sit around and talk, If I was invited to y'all's house for a barbecue, we'd probably have a very similar.
Which you won't.
Right, because I'd eat all. But Tristan, you communicate well with adults, and a lot of kids your age don't. So the thing is, that's good. And I can tell you by the way that you talk, you don't make much mistakes in the quarterback. I can tell that right now. And Caleb, I was going to say about you got a future in something to do with communicating with people, man. Do not be an accountant or anything because you're a good communicator, and I'm impressed with you guys. It's been a lot of fun for a week.
Well, Caleb won't be able to be a PE teacher, I can tell you that.
Man, you gonna get my PE teacher riled up. That old man's oh my gosh. Oh, we
cannot be getting B's in PE.
Yeah, y'all don't know what
All right. Well, look, thank you all again. You all have blessed us with your presence, but you all, I just root for you all big time because I love your games, but I love the way you carry yourselves. You represent your families and your faith. You are a credit to Prince William County. Look, if you guys don't win another game, if you don't win the state championship, it doesn't matter because I know you've impacted your communities, your schools, your families, and you're blessing a lot of people. Look, I don't care if or where you go to college or next year, but whatever you do, just keep your faith first. Keep working hard, and you will be successful in life. Yeah, if Jay Gholson can do it, anybody can do it. All right.
And in our season preview, it's on the record. Back in August, I picked Freedom to win Class 6, and I picked Brentsville to win Class 3.
Absolutely.
Nostradamus.
And y'all are lucky that Bethel's in Class 5. Both of you be catching L's in the playoffs. All right. Look, for Caleb, Tristan, Jay, and Kirk Hilliard, this has been the Kirk and Byrd Show with the two best quarterbacks in the state of Virginia on the Kirk and Byrd Show, and we are out.